Hi everyone, it's Eileen from Now There's a Crafty Idea, and as you can see by this big pile of bits and pieces, I'm starting a new journal. So I've decided to do a sewing journal, and I'll tell you why. Because I've got these files that I keep bits of ephemera and pieces and stuff in, and the sewing one is getting so thick. I need to do something with it all. So I've been through this one, and I've gotten a few other bits and pieces. I didn't want to use a kit on this one. I wanted to do it just with everything that I've got lying around. One, because I'm just in the mood to do that, and two, because I wanted to show everybody, you know, you don't need to buy kits, you don't need to have specific ephemera. You can just use stuff that you can scare up from the house, and you'll be amazed the places where you can get stuff. So I've got this book, and it's not an actual sewing book. I got it from a charity shop, but it's got lots of lovely crafting images in, so I might use some of those. It's more like a sewing craft type of journal. And then I've been on the internet, and first of all, I'll show you these. I've been scanning some of me vintage linens, so I've got these scanned, and then I sat and fussy cut them, because I think vintage linens in a sewing journal are just going to be perfect. So I've got all sorts. I probably won't use all of them, and I'm going to use some of them mostly, I think, in the collage. So yeah, and then they're all bits of the stuff that I've scanned myself. I will be making a pack with these eventually. I want to scan a few more, and then I'll put the pack on the Etsy page. So just keep an eye out for that. It'll come as soon as I've got time to finish scanning them all, which at the minute, for all we're in lockdown, I just don't seem to have enough time in the day. So I've got them, and then I went on to oh, this is another one I've got. I purchased this. Now I can't print this out as a digital pack because it's probably, I don't know what the copyright is on these old patterns, but I've printed it out simply because I wanted to use it myself. So it's just an old pattern that I found again in a charity shop, but I just love the images on it, and it's not going to be great inside of a lovely sewing journal. And I'm gonna have it so that it's still a proper bag, so I'll do that. And then I decided to just look for some bits and pieces for sewing, and I don't know if you know this, but there's a lot of places out there where you can get free images, and they're public domain, and they are for any use. And usually it's because they're out of copyright or because they were never in copyright. And one of the great places that I find to look is the British Museum. They've got a wonderful, the British Library, sorry, because they've got a wonderful stock, and they've started to digitise their whole catalogue, and there is vast amounts of free printables on there. So go and have a look and see what you can find. So first of all, I'll show you these bits. So I found these, and I think that they're off Susan's Sewing, it's called, and it's a needle, packaging from a needle kit. So I got that, and I've printed out a few small ones, and I've printed out a big one as well. And then I found these, and these are just, I think these I've had sitting on my computer for years, and I wish I could remember where I found them. I know they were a free printable, and I am so sorry for the person who put these onto Pinterest that I haven't been able to tag you in it. But I've spent about an hour this morning looking, and I cannot find out where I got them from. So, you know, have a look on Pinterest. There's lots of free printables on there, and if you're making the journal for yourself, then it doesn't even have to be public domain, just as long as you've got permission to use it personally. But these ones were from the British Museum, and they're just bits from old sewing books. I think some of these sewing books are, I think that one was out, not in copyright anymore, just out, I think. And then these ones are from that was from a historical textiles book, and this one was from a French textiles book that was in, I think, 1890 or something. But like I say, you can find all sorts. Oh, they're not supposed to be in there. Mrs. Cogs. I was just printing them out because I love those images. So yeah, I found them, and then they came from the British Library. These I found again on Pinterest, but again I've had them that long I can't remember where I got them from. Please, if anybody knows where you get the people who've put these on, because when I've looked for them they've come up 1,000 times and I couldn't put everybody's name on that's doing them. So I will apologise that I don't have a name for them. But you can get bits and pieces like this to print out free. These came from the British Museum, the British Library. I will keep on saying that. So it's just an advertisement. And then of course this is one of my own digitals. It's a offer postcard pack. So you got 6 greeting cards that were like postcards. And I love it, so I've scanned it and then printed it out, and I think it's going to make a really sweet little envelope to pop in. So I got that, and then these were just, I found these on the, I think it might have been the British Museum. Like I say, I've been collecting a lot of this stuff for a long time, and they're just old needle books, but I thought I've printed them out to be little envelopes, so we'll be playing with them as well. And then the rest of this stuff is just all sorts of bits and pieces that I've found on the British Museum. I love this one. It's like a trimmings out of an old-fashioned book, and that one was great. And then that's the larger size of that Sewing Susan. And then this is the front of a old magazine from 1918. Again, British Museum. There's so much on there. There's so many different things that you can print off, that you can use, and they are completely free to use. So, you know, it's well worth having a look there. This one, it's all the different cotton reels. Again, this was from I don't know if it was from that magazine, because you can usually when they digitize a document, they'll put the whole thing in one and you can just print out what pages you like. I think that one might have come from that magazine. That's just a larger view of the other one. I just wanted it because I thought it might make a nice page. And then when it comes to patterns, you can just find loads of patterns. So I just printed these out because I thought what lovely patterns, and they're going to look great in the collage and on our bits of ephemera. So these again are all from the British Museum, and they're all free and in the public domain, so anybody can use them. There's no copyright on them, and you know, there's some great ones. This is a letter. They've got huge amounts of letters on there, so you know, if you need any handwriting or anything like that, or any letters for your journals, have a look. I'm sure that I'm trying to think of the name of the big museum in America. Oh my word. But I know there's a lot of these big museums now that are doing this, they're digitising the collections, and usually they're free to get on, or you've maybe got to pay £1 or £2 or $1 or $2, and you've got access to like literally hundreds of thousands of images. So you know, it's worth exploring if you're going to do junk journaling, because it's a good way, it's a free way of getting ephemera, and then all you've got to do is print it out. I've also printed out, because I absolutely adore this pack. This is Gail Agostinelli's, I think it's the coffee dye pack, or it's the, no it's not, it might be, oh it is, it's the coffee dye pack. So I'll drop a link to that below, because I just absolutely adore this, and it looks absolutely wonderful in collages. And I mean, look at that, isn't that pattern gorgeous? And I thought it kind of gives you that textile-y effect, you know, like the vintage lace, so I wanted that as part of me collage. And then I've just printed a couple of bits out. I can't even remember what I've printed out here, you know. I don't think all of these are for this. This is Artsology. I've used these before, and I love these. I just wanted a few different pages just to add on to the collage, because I'm going to do a full collage. Oh, and these are antique papery. They're not even for this. I was printing them out because I wanted to add them to my tear sheets. Yeah, that's one of them. There we go. Right, I'm just going to move these ones out the way. Okay, and then I've got just some general bits and pieces to use for the collage. I've just got a stack left over from the last one I did. It's all stuff that you've probably seen me use before. That one is antique papery, and I need to keep that separate. This one's actually for a tea journal. I tell you, my organisation's out the window. Another one of those antique letters. I think these ones came from the old design shop. And just some bits of paper. And then underneath, I've just got some, that's just an envelope. Isn't it pretty with the lovely glitter inside? And I was thinking I might use that one in this journal. And then these, I've just printed out a few bits of adverts, and it's just general ephemera that I've printed out from different places, and I thought they'll go nice either as pieces of ephemera or in the collage. And these are a couple of 6x6 papers. I just love the lace on that one. Look at that, isn't that gorgeous with all that writing? And then I just love the colours of that one, because I haven't decided on an absolute, like, I haven't decided on a complete colour scheme for this. I think I'm just going to try and amalgamate and just see what comes out of it, you know. We'll just go with the flow. And then again, some more of the 6x6. And I've got these. Now these are like they're like a craft paper, like a parcel paper, but you get them in the 6x6 and you can get them in 12x12s. And I just love them because I just look at the patterns on them. And then this one, of course, you have to have butterflies, and I just like that one. So I'm not saying I'm gonna use all of this. I'm just saying this is all the stuff I've pulled together, and I'm just showing you. And then again, these are just all bits of free printables that I've found. Again, I can't find out where I got them from. I've had these sitting in that file for well over a year now, and I cannot remember. And I know that's really bad etiquette. It's not good, but again, it's just little bits. And I printed these on some coffee dye paper as well, so they're ready just to cut out and use. And then I've just got some old pattern instructions, which, look at the yellowing on that, isn't that gorgeous? I love the age on them, and I thought they'll look lovely in the collage. And then again, just some more bits and pieces. These are actually end papers from an old book. You can see the book was July 1967, and it was awarded to Margaret Blackburn for a very good year's work. I love that. Isn't that so cute? I might cut that out and keep that, because that's so cute. But anyway, the paper itself I wanted to use. I think I'm kind of trending towards green, tints of green with this one. And then obviously just some old music paper. And these, I've picked these out. I'm not sure if I'm going to use them, but I'll tell you what they are. Oh, they need to all... Yeah, I'll tell you what they are. I've used to get lots and lots of craft magazines, and I collected loads of them. And what you used to get, and you probably still do, I haven't had a craft magazine for a long time now, but what you used to get is you used to get these free papers in them, and each month you would get a different theme or a different colour, or, you know, there'd be summer papers or winter papers. And for years I collected them, and when I was sorting out some drawers the other day, I found a big pack of them, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I've still got them. So again, another great resource. If you've got old craft magazines, have a look through them, see if you've got any free papers in there. I don't know what the copyright is on these, and I'm pretty sure that they're copyright free, because the one I used to get them out of was Molly Makes, and that was aimed towards crafters who sell the work. So I'm pretty sure the copyright's fine on these. But, you know, just have a quick check in the magazine, it should tell you somewhere. Or if you want to collect some, then have a look at some magazines, because there's still a lot of... I think Molly Makes is still going, actually, and there used to be one called The Craft Seller, which I think that one's gone. But I think I've got a lot of them out of there as well. So I've got them, and I just wanted to add these in. I don't know what it was about the patterns. I just pulled them out. And then there was some little bits of ephemera with them, and as you can see they've got like a sewing theme, so I wanted them to put on me ephemera. I mean they're so cute. So I've got them. It's going to be a proper mix match, and there again, and it's just a tiny scrap of paper, but it's got sewing machines on. So, and then this one, and these were the bits of paper. You can see I've already used these for something. I can't even remember what now, but they're all like a sewing theme, so I wanted to use those in the pack. And then this is just an old pattern piece that came out of another sewing magazine. I tell you, I used to collect so many, but you can see how vintage that is. So that's going to make lovely pages, and possibly part of the collage as well. And then when I was looking through my 12 by 12s, I found this and I thought I have to use that in some way. I have no idea how I'm going to use it. I was thinking about the cover, but then I thought if I cut it there, I'm cutting her head off. If I cut it there, I'm cutting the sewing machine off. I don't know. I might use it as kind of the cover for the signature. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't made my mind up yet. As you can see, I'm kind of in a, I don't know, mood. So anyway, that's all the things I've pulled together so far. I haven't started it yet. This is literally me dragging everything out of drawers and seeing what I've got and coming up with tons of stuff. And just wanted to share those with you and let you know that for this is going to be my next project, and we're going to have fun making it, and I'm going to do the whole thing on camera as well. I've finished another journal which I'm going to do a video on possibly later on today, and that'll be up in the next few days as well, and I'll tell you all about that on that video. And so yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one, and I hope that you're going to enjoy it and that it's going to be fun. And please do come back and watch me make it, and give me any comments, any bits of advice, any ideas, anything at all. Just let me know. Okay, so please do drop a like, and if you're not subscribed, subscribe, because I have got lots and lots of wonderful things coming up in the future. And don't forget our Tag Tuesdays, which seems to be doing really well, and I'm pleased about that. Thank you for all your comments. I'm really enjoying doing that. And so drop a like on this, subscribe if you're not, and please stay safe and have a great day, and happy crafting. Bye.